In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
Hello everyone, Science Viking here, and it's time to continue our playthrough of Darkest Dungeon. Let's see. We only have 8,000 gold. I actually don't really know that there's a whole lot we can do before we start our excursion into the dungeon. So let me quick check Rames. Yep, Rames has the surgical gloves. And Bertrand has a pretty good set of gear. I'm taking both of them. So, let's start another expedition. We have a lot of noobs to train up. So, we're doing a low difficulty quest. So let's see. What do we need? Portraits mainly. Portraits and crests. Deeds could be useful too to upgrade the guild, but portraits and crests are the big ones. Alright. So far they really want to give us busts. So yeah, we have the option to get deeds, or if we go here we can get portraits. So let's see, the debuff amulet could be useful, and if it isn't I can just sell it. So this is the one I'm doing, mainly because you can't carry very many portraits in the inventory at one time, so getting them as a quest reward is still the easiest way to get more of them. Alright, let's see. Rames prefers mostly to be in position 1, and I'm going to use Narrator. I think that's how I pronounce it. Mercier, who works equally well in position 1 or position 2. So, yep. Rames, and then let me see something actually. I'm actually going to do the less experienced, let's see, yes, Crush, Retribution. I'm going to do the less experienced Man-at-Arms. Sordival, I think is how you pronounce that. And then one of our 2 inexperienced vessels. Let's see, Dazzling Light, Divine Grace, but not Divine Comfort. Versus Campbell has Divine... Okay, neither of them has Divine Comfort. That's not ideal. So, I'm gonna give it to Guifert, who is slightly better suited to this, since she at least actually prefers to be in a back position. Though, yeah, she has Dazzling Light and Divine Grace. That's pretty much all she's going to be using. And then Bertrand to round out the team. So he's Blinding Gas. Yeah, I'm dropping, Disorienting Blast is good. Emboldening Vapors is good. I'm dropping Blinding Gas for Noxious Blast. Alright, let's provision this team. Okay. Grab ourselves a couple of shovels. Couple more anti-venoms, some bandages, and numerous torches, and a fairly large amount of food. That should be a good amount, since we will have the opportunity to camp on this mission. Looks like we have a 35% scouting chance. And let me quick do some trinket management. Let's see. There's nothing to give to him, but there is something to give to the vessel, which is the Chirgin's Charm, I think is how you pronounce that. Alright, and embark. Thralls will... Yeah, I learned that the hard way last time. The thralls will explode. Well, I know to kill them quickly now.
These salt-soaked caverns are teeming with pelagic nightmares. They must be flushed out.
Okay, this one's going to be a bit of a challenge. This map doesn't exactly favor us very much. And of course we have a lot of room battles we need to complete. Okay, a crate. That looks like a good one. Except it's empty. Alright, we got a room battle. Alright. Got two cultists and two fish people.
Terrible assault cannot be left unanswered.
Alright. And stress wave. Okay, nobody's significantly hurt, so dazzling light on the guy in the front to try and stun him. It failed, but it did increase the light level a little bit. Alright. Step 1, bandage. Step 2, retribution. Let's hit the cultist brawler. And now he can riposte. And I'm actually going to use Noxious Blast on the Fish Guardian guy right now. Oh, he has a guard ability. Alright, you move forward one. And it is at this moment that I realize that the combat music is different. Call of the Deep. What's that buff do? Increased damage, accuracy, and critical chance. That's not good. Oh, Plague Grenade. And yeah, I know the Guardian took the Plague, but... Okay, Dazzling Light on the Fish Guardian again. He is very thoroughly plagued. Okay, Crush. Let's use Crush on her.
As the fiend falls,
I was hoping it would only... Ah! Ow. Well, fortunately I have some of those. And your health is rather low. Use Solemnity. Okay, he'll be down soon enough. Octa Kestis, if only the counterattack hadn't missed. And of course, Stress Wave. At least that missed. Alright. Let's see. What do I want to use? I'm going to use Emboldening Vapors on the Leper. And I'm going to use Divine Grace on the Man-at-Arms. Ooh, critical healing. And he's down. That just leaves the cultist. So, Crush. And Hew. And Miss! Of course, he would have healing abilities. And that restored a lot. Well, Hew. And that undid all of your healing progress. Noxious Blast on the one with more hit points remaining. Revenge for the Old Gods didn't actually do very much damage, though it did cause bleeding. I'm just going to use Divine Grace on the Leper. I'm not using my last set of bandages this time. Alright, now let's kill the cultist brawler, leaving this guy who doesn't have very long to live. Of course, he has long enough to get that one final fuck you in there. Yeah, may as well hit him with Noxious Blast again, and that kills him.
Give them no quarter.
Okay, we got another portrait, some crests, bust, and then medicinal herbs. Right, and what's in the chest? A trap. And he's bleeding. Okay, still no scouting, so let's go this way. Alright, these guys look a little weaker than what we've been dealing with. Dazzling Light, because we need more light anyway. I really like the combat music for this area. Retribution. Get some attention on the man-at-arms. Let's see, yeah, plague grenade on the one in the back. And let's see if we can straight up take out the sea mag.
Masterfully executed.
It apparently has very high prot. I'll have to finish it off with blight. I really like this combat music. I probably already said that. Right. Spear fishing. Yay. Ow.
Ears, blurred vision. The end approaches.
Okay, at least he's down. Right. Let's see. Noxious Blast will completely eliminate the sea maggot, one way or another. Okay, Divine Grace. Who has the fewest hit points? Let's see, 13, 12, 31, 16. Okay, so the Plague Doctor
Wounds
gets
of
it.
war can be healed, but never hidden.
Alright. Crush on the one all the way in the back, and he's down. And the Sea Maggot is on his last legs.
Offensive.
Okay. You just use Solemnity. Because the Sea Maggot will die on its turn no matter what.
Another
Yep.
abomination cleansed from our lands.
Okay. And let's have a quick snack, because everybody's a little injured. And stashed heirlooms. Another portrait. Good.
Waiting to be spent.
Alright. Let's find some things to kill. Not what I would expect to hear from the Vestal. Okay, so far every room that we have seen has had a room battle. Alright, Noxious Blast on the Sea Maggot, because those guys are a bitch to kill any other way. Become as dust. Divine Grace on the Plague Doctor, because he's the one who's at the most risk of being killed. Retribution, because as far as I'm concerned, the Man-at-Arms doesn't have any other skills. Chop on the guy in front. Great, spear fishing. Alright, Call of the Deep to buff the fish guy in the front. You're guarding the Sea Maggot. Well, the Sea Maggot's gonna... Yeah, the Sea Maggot is gonna die due to blight. Nice job, you have accomplished nothing. You can hit more than one character. That's a really weird hitting pattern. Alright, let's hit the Pelagie Shaman. Alright, you use Divine Grace on yourself.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
Not entirely sure it qualifies as compassion when you're healing yourself. Alright, Hugh. Alright, let's put the grouper down.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Okay, he's at critical health. Well, the next time the Vestal gets a turn, you're the priority, but that may be a little while. Okay, what is the deal with Stress Wave? Can it just hit any combination of our guys? Let's see. Chop, that might take him out. It doesn't, though, because he has very high prot. Now I want Noxious. Noxious Blast will probably... Okay, let's say he won't kill. Alright. Crush on the one in the back. Okay, now the one on the back... The Shaman is effectively gone. Now I just need to heal the... He should survive Octocestus and retaliate, but he doesn't retaliate.
Slowly,
He's gone.
Gently. This is how a life is taken.
Let's use Disorienting Blast, just because why not? Okay, we're using our last bandage. And we may as well finish this guy off with a Crush. Got pretty good loot for that, at least.
Creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Okay, the other thing is, I'm moving him back one, so we're back in our original formation. And that was a trap. Well, fortunately it's a trap we can easily fix. Wishing I'd brought more food and less, let's trust that. Nothing inside. I wish I'd brought more food and fewer torches, in hindsight. Though we're already at the point where we've collected quite a few heirlooms, so even if we end up having to retreat... Alright, nothing in here, which means since we didn't get scouting, we do actually have to move to this room to investigate it. Okay, a pack. What do we got? Food. Good. Alright, and let's read the journal page. Our purpose was to desecrate their animalistic shrines and thus disperse the swine folk. But soon we came across an artifact. This was far beyond the crude fetishes crafted by the pigmen. It looked as if obsidian had been grown and twisted into a dark symbol of worship. It cradled a pulsing red orb, glowing with malevolent light. Cuthbert, Boleyn, and I hesitated, but thrice-damned Mizar, driven by crazed impulse, thrust his torch in a hidden receptacle, and thus sealed our fate. So this looks like an earlier part of the story of Mizar and his companions and their ill-fated mission. Oh, he's full. Okay, let's see what's in this one. A shovel, some gold, and another torch. Well, we've been really good for torches, so I'm going to light that. Okay, no monsters, but the hallway did contain some valuable stuff. Now we go back the other way. This is still better than the missions to collect all of the holy relics, because in this case, at worst, we only have to explore all of the rooms. We don't necessarily have to explore all the rooms, and we definitely won't have to explore all of the hallways and all of the rooms, like happened with the holy relics.
Wealth
100.
beyond measure.
Okay, it's not quite as ridiculous as the torch,
foolhardy alike.
but I swear he's biased towards saying wealth beyond measure when you get something unimpressive over when you get something valuable.
Another mariner, another misfortune.
This is why we bring shovels. Got another torch, which I'm just lighting immediately. I'm aware that we get better loot as the torch level gets lower, but we're also more likely to be murdered, and I'm bad enough at this game that I'm just going to focus on survival. Not interacting with that. Hunger again? Seriously, you guys just need to go on a diet or something. We're already down to 2 food. Which is enough to prevent a stress increase if we camp, but it means we can't decrease stress or really gain much of anything from eating at the camp. And frankly, I'm not going to camp this time. There are 3 rooms left. We'll make it through without camping.
Mind that such missteps are the exception, and not the rule.
Well, it's the first trap we've... No, it is not the first trap we've triggered. Where's my head at? Okay, we got a hallway battle, a curio, and a room battle with curio. Okay, so we've officially we managed to just kind of scout everything for the rest of the dungeon. Well, hallway battle, 2 hallway battles and 2 room battles are what's left. So, okay, 2 cultists and a fish person. The cultists have really stopped with their sending crazy people at us. Alright, Griffith's resolve is tested. Courageous!
A moment of valor shines brightest against the backdrop of despair.
You know, Griffith, I have a feeling you're gonna go far in this industry. Alright, retribution on the guy all the way in the back, because the shaman's often the biggest threat. Okay, that was just a mutual miss. Do not despair as the black deepens, my power grows. Well, divine grace on the man-at-arms. In hindsight, you probably should have used it on yourself. Alright, plague grenade on the shaman. Alright, the shaman has 2 turns to live. Use hew. Oh, yeah. That's the stuff. That's the stuff. Alright. Noxious Blast on the cultist's back, because everyone who can hit the front row can also hit the center front row on the enemy team. So if this guy leaves a corpse, that's not a problem. Alright, and Hugh. That just leaves the fish guy. And you can hit him with Crush. Do so. And we got more food.
This expedition at least promises success.
And I'm going to quick feed the Vestal. We are out of bandages, so I can't treat the leper's bleeding. Fortunately, though, the leper can heal himself. Stashed heirlooms. Another portrait.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
Well, given the fact that it lets us upgrade the buildings that allow us to upgrade our heroes, it kind of can staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption. Once again, guy managed to dodge words. I'm honestly starting to get used to that at this point. Stumbling scratch. Alright. Plague grenade. Retribution. Alright. Divine Comfort on the leper, that way he can use Chop. Alright, and the grouper's already almost gone. He's even more almost gone. I'm actually going to use Noxious Blast on him and hope that he can leave a corpse. Well, he will, but the corpse is blighted, so it won't last as long. You would use Rend for the old gods. I love that counterattacking completely ignores distance. So you can counterattack against people when you're not normally close enough to attack them at all. Alright, and I actually don't need to worry about this because the cultist acolyte will die. Wait, no, the cultist brawler will die on his next turn, the acolyte will die on her next turn, so I may as well use Chop to do more damage to the other brawler since he is the only threat. I love inflicting blight so much. Okay, Divine Comfort. That's Divine Grace on the most injured guy, especially since he was marked. But now, Acolyte dies, and when Brawler gets his turn, he also will die.
Unforgiving.
So, may as well, I guess, just use whatever the name of that buff skill is, and he's gone!
The weapon that cuts on its own.
Yes, it is. Alright. And now, a hallway battle, a trap, and a room battle. Light up another torch. Is that the sparkle of coin I see? Well, I was going to open it anyway, so that didn't actually hurt anything. I'm going to give the Man-at-Arms the chance to try and disarm this, just because I don't know whether or not different classes of heroes have different chances of disarming traps. So I just try to have it be attempted by the hero that seems most likely. It seems like their background would suggest that they're good at disarming traps. Alright, light the torch. Use Retribution on the Pelagie Shaman. Doesn't do very much damage, but it doesn't need to. It gives him riposte. Now if riposte had hit, that would be nice. Plague Grenade also on the Shaman, because the Shaman is the largest threat. Use Solemnity because we need you to survive. Use Divine Grace because we need him to survive. Alright. Stress Wave on someone who's already been tested and come out courageous. Stressing the Vestal is just completely pointless. Alright, Divine Grace on the Man-at-Arms again. Seaward Slash, and no. Seaward Slash, and okay, I'm a little worried about his health. Alright. Noxious Blast on this one. Alright, we need to reduce their numbers quickly. So, Hugh.
Impressive.
Haha! Oh, we did reduce their numbers quickly. And crush. That is the end of that. Alright.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
And congratulations, Man-at-Arms, you have earned all of our remaining food. In part because we need space for the crests. Alright, lighting up another torch. We did not need anywhere near the amount of supplies I brought. Alright, 2 shamans and 2 melee characters. This is going to be challenging. Problem is, cultist brawlers are sturdy and also are tanky and also hit really hard. Usually an enemy is only one of those things. Okay, she resisted the movement. Plague grenade. Alright. They're both blighted. Let's see. I'm actually using command on the leopard because... Oh, it buffed everyone! Because I'm a little concerned about deliberately marking... Let's use chop to try and put one of them completely down. I'm a little concerned about marking the Man-at-Arms because his health is already quite low, so I'd be kind of pushing my luck. Of course, you would use Sea Breeze. Fortunately, restored fewer hit points this time. And Stressful Incantation. Not that huge of a deal when the hero has already been tested and come out courageous. Noxious Blast on the Cultist. Alright. He still has one more turn left. Alright, now he doesn't. Run to the old gods. And on his next turn, he will die. Alright. I'd give you a bandage, but we don't have any.
The match is struck.
Let's use Solemnity.
A blazing star is born.
Alright, I think we can do this. Divine Grace on the other damaged guy. Alright. And you use Crush on the Cultist Acolyte. Oh, right, he's blocking. He's guarding the Cultist Acolyte. Octus Estus. And the Shaman is on his last legs. This expedition is not doomed. Right. Noxious Blast to blight the last guy who isn't blighted. Yep, we managed to poison the entire enemy team. And the Brawler's down. And crush the Guardian again. If I can't hit the Cultist Acolyte, I'm going to hit the person guarding the Cultist Acolyte. And Hugh. I wonder, will this hit the Guardian twice? Oh, it actually does ignore the fact that the Acolyte is guarded. Alright, Divine Grace. Critical healing! Okay, he's almost gone. And Dazzling Light. Let's see if we can stun him. We can! And he's gone. That just leaves her. Oh, Noxious Blast. Let's blight the Guardian even more. Yep. And we've basically won. Oh, Crush missed. Let's see how Chop does.
Foolish horrors. Brought low and driven into the mud.
And we've completed our quest. However, I want to continue adventuring because I want to open this chest. It's trapped. But nobody died. Well, now that the quest is complete, we can go home.
At last, wholesome marine life can flourish. If indeed there is such a thing.
Are you questioning the existence of wholesome marine life? Are you like... That's actually a new one on me. I've never heard anyone before who was bigoted against fish. That is quite weird. Alright, well, we have quite a few heirlooms now. And a fair amount of resolve experience. Bertrand is up to resolve level 3, so now we have 3 people who are at that level. And Guifert made it up to being a Seeker Vestal. Okay, obsessed with material things. And higher critical rate if her HP is low. That's not useful at all. And... alright. And let's return to town.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
Apparently we have a new quest called, Shrieker's Prize. Stunned by the apparent value of the thing concealed amidst its putrid feathers, onlookers wondered if a trek to its perch might be in order. Alright. Reynold is still at, like, maximum stress, so Reynold, Bertrand, and Gwyffert all need to de-stress. Is Reynold the only Crusader we have right now? Yeah, he is. So he can keep his 2 pieces of equipment since they're Crusader only. However, we only have 14 of our capacity of 16, so we could accept new people. I'd say, yeah, a Seeker Crusader and a Seeker
mighty
Vessel.
sword arm anchored by holy purpose. A zealous warrior.
Alright. Now that we're back to being full. Alright. So that means I'm taking away, I have to actually drag them into the inventory, don't I? I'm taking away Reynold's 2 trinkets because both of them are Crusader only, but we have a second Crusader now. I'm not actually a big fan of the Crusader class, but I happen to have some really good Crusader only trinkets. Alright, let's drop him in the transept. Alright, let's drop Gwyffert in the cloister. And let's also drop Bertrand in the cloister. Rames, despite going on a quest, is pretty much ready for another quest. Alright. Let's see what buildings we can upgrade. The highest priority for me is the blacksmith. But that requires deeds, and we don't have enough of them. So I'm going to have to save up my deeds yet. But the guild, the second highest priority, we could reduce the cost of skill training, but we would not. We still don't have enough portraits to allow skill upgrades to rank 3. So we're actually still going to have to wait on that. Let's see. Okay, what uses busts? Because we have a lot of those too. So tavern uses portraits. I believe that the sanitarium and the sanitarium does, and then I believe the abbey does. So so I can increase the stress recovery of any one of the things that we're doing. Or if I were to upgrade the sanitarium, I can reduce disease treatment cost. That would be useful. Increase the chance of curing multiple diseases at once. And let's do that.
Experimental techniques and tonics can overcome things a sharpened sword cannot.
And that leaves us without enough busts to upgrade the abbey any further, so I think I'll leave it at that. Let's see about upgrading people's equipment, though. Rames has definitely earned it if he hasn't already received it. He has not, so let's quick upgrade both his weapon and armor as high as we're currently allowed to. And, let's see. Yep, Dismas's equipment is upgraded as high as it can be. Let's upgrade our man-at-arms' equipment. And, well, we probably don't have the money for it. Let's check the Nomad Wagon to see if they've got anything useful. Blight Charm gives Blight resistance. It's rather situational. Alright. Swift Cloak. Fortunate Armlet, which is leper only. It increases his stress, but it increases his accuracy and his critical hit rate, which are his 2 biggest weaknesses. Unfortunately, we don't have enough money for any of them, and we don't have enough crests to upgrade the place. So, that's about all we can do. That's all about all we can do in town. We want to try another quest? Yeah, let's do another quest. Alright. Let's see. I'm switching to the other man-at-arms, though, but I'm keeping our current leper. And we need to get the other Vestal some practice, because we really need multiple Vestals. And yeah, there's absolutely no way that we can handle this quest. So, let's see, who would be a good middle reader? Perroy is actually probably our best bet for that. Or this guy. Right. Suppose I were to drop Blackjack for Hound's Harry. Let's see, I'm already bringing one Resolve level 0 hero, so I don't want to bring two. That seems too high risk, so I'm bringing Perroy. Alright, now, this means we can only really do low difficulty quests, so let's see, we can get 2 busts, which is the least useful heirloom right now, as well as the Witch's Vial, which increases the Plague Doctor's ability to stun people. We can get 2 portraits, as well as the Medic's Greaves, which increases the Aura Blessed's ability to heal people. 4 portraits, but for a long difficulty quest, to explore long range quest. Alright. 3 deeds. And then, let me see. The Witch's Vial could still be useful for a Plague Doctor. A short quest that would get us 3 deeds, which would be enough for us to upgrade the guild. If I remember correctly. I think I'm going to do that. To guarantee that we get enough deeds to upgrade the guild. So, let's bring a handful of torches. Fewer torches and more food compared to what we brought last time. Well, all of the food we're allowed to bring, I suppose. Let's bring 2 shovels. A few antivenoms, some bandages, bring more bandages than antivenoms. And I'd say we are provisioned. Let's embark. Yep, thralls will explode if left for too long. I think thralls mainly show up in medium difficulty quests, though. I'm fairly certain the last time we had a thrall show up, it was in a medium difficulty quest.
These salt-soaked caverns are teeming with pelagic nightmares.
Okay, let's go.
They must be flushed out.
Let's take the shorter route first, gambling that there's at least one room battle here, because I don't want to have to walk the entire length of the dungeon to get back here. Okay, just a bunch of groupers. A group of groupers. Alright. You know, it probably would have been a good idea if I had remembered to learn Divine Comfort for the Vestal before starting this mission, but, well, I can't change it now. Okay. Let's start with Retribution. And Hound's Harry. And Divine Grace on yourself, because we can't let the Vestal die this early. And Hugh.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Alright. Hound's Harry, unfortunately, doesn't inflict the same kind of damage over time that, Ow! I felt that one. Let's see, Hound's Harry again. Doesn't inflict the same kind of damage over time that the, Okay, Defender on the Vestal, we can't let her die. Doesn't inflict the same kind of damage over time that the Plague Doctor's Blight skills do. Okay, Spear Fishing. Alright, Divine Grace, let's start with yourself because you have the fewest hit points. I also forgot to give you the Chirurgeon's Charm, and Hugh to clear the corpse and kill the Reaper. We cleared a corpse and we made a new one. Always replace your corpses, children. Spear Fishing again. Alright. And Hound's Harry again. Doing a pretty good job of gradually wearing him down. And crush. And miss. And hew. And not miss. You really need to learn from the leper's mastering of the art of not missing things. Alright, and Hound's Rush. Finish him off. Nice.
Is broken.
The Quarry Falters. And we've already got more crests. And the debuff charm. Alright, and a sack. Which contains gold. Okay, no room battle here. Ah, crap, thralls. Okay. Hound's Rush on this thrall. Judgment on this one, on the same thrall. Right. Crush. Great, it missed. Thralls genuinely terrify me. Chop? Okay, that one's gone. Shocker. Shocking! And he's stunned. Gargling grab. Alright. He's getting grabby. Alright. Shocker again, so it did get 2 actions to R1. Which, for an enemy that can inflict stun, that's a bit of a problem. Alright. Judgment on the drowned thrall again. It's Eldritch and Unholy. The Revenge. At least it missed. But yeah, those guys are a bit of a problem. Alright, Retribution. And his stun is worn off, but he can't do anything this turn. And Hound's Rush. And Judgment to heal yourself. And it missed, so you didn't regain any hit points. Well, finish it off with Chop, which also missed. Well, let's try Crush then. Okay, it's finally down. Oh, we found a key.
Blossoms.
I'm not interacting with that. Oh, we have a shovel.
Another misfortune.
Alright, is there a room battle here? Let's find out. There is. Okay, so we did have to come this way. Oh, Hound's Harry. Fortunately, being a short, low difficulty mission, the enemies aren't that dangerous. At least not so far. Alright. Ah, Seaward Slash hurts a lot. Alright, Retribution. Let's get that set up. And I'm going to follow that with Defender. Because spearfishing is very dangerous. Alright, Hew. Alright, neither is dead, but they're both wounded. This grouper is going to die on his next turn. Okay, I really need the Man-at-Arms to get a turn so that I can set up a Defender. Oh, come on. Okay, at least that one missed. Alright, Divine Grace on yourself. We need to keep you alive. Though, admittedly, we have 3 vessels now. I'm actually going to use Hound's Rush on this one. Alright. Let's just use Hew. Get 2 of them out of the fight at least.
Destroy.
And Defender on the Vestal. And Hound's Harry. Wear down the corpses and also inflict. He's down? Okay, there's just 1 left.
This is how a life is taken.
Alright. Divine Grace on the Man-at-Arms, because he's taking damage for you now. And Crush, this should finish it. It does. Alright.
Success
Take
so
all.
clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Alright, and let's quick have a snack. I'm not interacting with that. And we need to go all the way back here, and go all the way the other way. Hopefully we don't have to go all the way to the opposite end of the dungeon. That would be really mean if there are 2 room battles on opposite ends of the dungeon, so we actually have to explore 100% of the dungeon in order to complete all the room battles. But I think we can avoid that. I hope we can avoid that. Right. And we've had hunger. Well, we brought plenty of food. Light up another torch. And now we can get to a new room. Still no successful scouting yet. Grab that torch. Wealth within measure. Okay, drowned thrall, but at least nobody with stunning abilities this time. That's a really mean combination. Is thralls and then enemies that can stun you. Alright. Hound's Rush on the thrall. And it's bleeding. Okay. They seem to at least usually not use the revenge on their first turn. Crush. Okay, the thrall is down.
Give them no quarter.
Okay, Divine Grace. Alright. Chop on the shaman. And he's gone. So now all he can do is use Seaward Slash, which doesn't actually hit that hard. Alright. Divine Grace again. And we should be able to finish this guy off. Crush. And chop.
Annihilate.
That is how we do that. Take all. See what's in here. Gold.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles. Paid for in blood.
Okay, no room battle here. Though there is at least one room battle along this path. Yes, Divine Lords, I am here. Okay, so that I guess gave him a new quirk. Though from the music and the color of the light effect, I guess it was a positive quirk. Okay, a team of groupers. Hound's Harry. So that we can at least start wearing them all down. Defender, immediately. Defender is also useful because we have Divine Grace but not Divine Comfort. So we can, we have one fewer people we need to keep healed. Alright. For now we're sticking with Chop. And Miss, apparently. Ugh. Alright. This is going to be a challenge just because of sheer numbers. Which is why the, which is why Riposte will be extremely useful once we can set it up. Really wish I had a Plague Doctor right now. Alright. Chop. Okay, one of them's down. At least one fewer source of damage. Retribution on this one. So of course you spear fishing the Hound Master.
Cannot be left unanswered.
Okay, Hound's Rush on this one. Well, it missed anyway. Okay, Divine Grace on the guy who's at Death's Door to get him off of Death's Door. Spearfishing and the Riposte missed anyway. Seaward Slash, he will survive and kill that one. Alright. Okay, Divine Grace on the man-at-arms. Okay, crush on the one all the way in the back because the leper can't reach it. Okay. It wore off? I wasn't even sure it could do that. Hound's Harry. Okay, he's not bleeding anymore. Alright. Chop. Alright, that one's gone. There's just one left. Hound's Rush. Okay, there's just none left. Take all the loot.
Seize this momentum. Push on.
Flash fire gunpowder. Right. Okay. We're pretty much going to have to use all of the food just to get everyone up to even an acceptable level of health. Just distribute it evenly between the two most injured people until they're full. Okay. And let's just let's drop the medicinal herbs. And that wasn't the end, which means there's another room battle somewhere. So yeah, this is going to be difficult. More groupers. At least they're too close to actually use. Let's use Hound's Rush on the Shaman attack and miss. Retribution on the Shaman. Wear him down a bit. Divine Grace on the guy who's marked. Alright, let's use Chop. He's down to his last hit point already. Haha, that's how Retribution is supposed to work. Where you do little or no damage and he does a bunch of damage to you. Alright, see what slash. And he's gone. This fight, this is more the way that these fights are supposed to go. Where you do no damage and we do all of the damage. Alright, Divine Grace. That's not what I meant to do. Alright. I apparently have trouble telling the difference between right and left click sometimes. Okay.
A trifling victory, but a victory
Can't
nonetheless.
carry any more bandages. What have we here? Nothing. A fine crate full of nothing. Alright. Get rid of the shipwreck with a shovel. And what do we got here? Room battle and treasure. Okay, no thralls. Alright. Divine comfort, or divine grace is the one I'm using. Retribution on, let's see if we can get rid of the deep stinger because it can inflict stun. Hound's Rush. Still not gone. And it's not bleeding either. Alright, Hugh should finish it off. It's gone. Alright. Alright, they just mutually missed there. And Call of the Deep. So that's somewhat worrying, but it's not a disaster. Okay, spearfishing, however, is a problem. Fortunately, if we can get rid of just this one corpse... Hound's Harry, let's start with that. If we can get rid of just this one corpse, this guy won't be able to use spearfishing. Alright. So, let's use Crush on this guy. I know I need to get rid of the corpse, but I have a different plan for how we can do that. Heal yourself. Vestal is the one who most needs to remain alive. And Hugh. And the corpse is down, and now fog before sunrise. And now these two are not in the position they want to be in. Alright, that just leaves this guy. We've almost got this. Rames is going to finish this with almost no stress again. Critical healing again. Crush. And that's that. What is with Rames' stress level?
So too will resistance.
Okay, I'm gonna hold on for a second because I want to see what's in this chest.
Finding the
Heirlooms.
stuff is only the first test.
Well,
Now it must be carried home.
let's drop the torches. Okay, so Rames has been on 2 consecutive quests. He has not had an opportunity to rest or de-stress between these two quests. Over the course of all of that, his stress level is at 9 out of 200. And his equipment doesn't do anything to affect that, it just increases his accuracy. Rames is just a badass. The man just will
At
not
last,
quit.
wholesome marine life can flourish. If indeed there is such a thing.
And he's venting his prejudice against his anti-fish bigotry. And we got some busts and some crests in addition to the 3 deeds as a reward. And Rames is up to resolve level 3, which means we finally have to stop using Rames because his resolve level is too high to go on low difficulty quests. And the man-at-arms, who has 0 ranged skills, gets plus 10% damage to ranged skills. I think Bellow might qualify as a ranged skill. And the Vestal is not allowed to visit the brothel for reasons best left unsaid. And has 10% light resistance. Well, I don't really need the Vestal to be able to visit the brothel, so that's not really an issue.
I can still see their angry faces as they stormed the manor. But I was dead before they found me. And the letter was on its way.
Then how are you talking to me? And how did you see their angry faces while you were dead? I guess you went through like apotheosis to become the narrator. Let's see, I think I missed something. So, yep, Reynold has been inspired and wishes to remain. So Reynold is in for another week. But after that, we have a full team's worth of people who are resolve level 3 or higher. And we can finally upgrade the guild so that we can upgrade skills farther. No, we can't. We can upgrade the blacksmith because Instructor Mastery does not require deeds, it requires portraits. Which means I'm going to be saving up my portraits. But we can upgrade either weaponsmithing or armor smithing. I'm going to go with armor smithing because damage resistance is more valuable than damage infliction, at least for now. And it'll be the next one is obviously going to be weaponsmithing once we have enough deeds for it. But with 2 quests in and finally having actually put together a full team of resolve level 3 heroes, I'd say it's finally time to end for this part. Thank you all for watching. I love you all, and I will see you next time.